What's up, KBA Gamers? This is Idle Mafia. Now, rounding off the illegal market event video that I did yesterday, we're currently finishing up, and you can see on the top left with 40 minutes to go, I am hopefully going to rank around 15, 16, as long as it's in the top 20. So this should give a good indicator of what we're going to finish, but I also want to share some of my tips and some strategies as I've gone through the game and how things have sort of developed since. Now, on the top, you can see I've actually completed the full milestone, which is kind of at least what you want to aim for. Ranking well is, of course, a nice bonus, but you kind of want to max these out because you get great returns, especially the last two, which is going to give you 400 diamonds and nearly an extra 3 sets of legendary capos. So if you are spending diamonds to rank well, then maxing at least the diamond milestone towards the end is going to give you some returns back. Now, that was actually very difficult. I only completed the milestone rewards 1 hour from this event completing, so just 20 minutes ago, which gives you an idea of how much time or development you need to do to try and complete this. Of course, if you are purchasing these packs, then you can do it much quicker. And some of my insights I thought on how this could work well is I would actually, if you are going to get a pack, I would actually do under the counter transactions, which is going to significantly increase the amount of income for a period of time, especially the $10.999 value, 50 times income for 1 hour and 100 times for 5 minutes. That's definitely useful towards the end, and those extra diamonds can give you an extra 90 pachinko balls to upgrade, so definitely better value there. But just for disclosure, I did not purchase any packs. I used some of my diamonds for my banners, the Bounty Quest Daily and Mafia Club, and then just a few from the gang fights that we get in return. That kind of totaled around 800 diamonds, maybe 900. So that definitely helps with ranking well in the top 20, but just goes to show you, if you are spending diamonds, then top 20 is definitely doable. Possibly top 10, depending how many diamonds you have and luck. And then for organic free-to-play players, if you're not spending the diamonds and just relying on these free great balls you get, which is 80 per day, then you can definitely rank in the top 50. But for me, roughly 900, rank 16, 15, not bad, just gives you an idea. Now, normally in previous events, you would have to unlock these buildings once you've hit certain milestones or have enough income to open them, station the new capos, and develop them with the tooth in this currency. And towards the last building that you unlock, which is this Hitman Company, you normally tend to expect the income to be the highest but take the longest. That's not the case here. One is the production time stays the same, so if Slaughterhouse is 2 seconds, that's going to stay 2 seconds from level 1 up to level 3706. And the last one, Hitman Company, is going to take 30 seconds from level 1 to 850, where it is now. So one thing, production value stays the same. Another thing, however, is actually the pattern of income that you can gain is different. So the last building doesn't actually generate the most income and takes longer to try and level them up. I noticed it's actually these 3, the Slaughterhouse, the Fur Shop, and the Pharmacy, that gave me the gains. And towards the end, it's actually the Pharmacy, which is the screenshot opener when you open this event. This one actually gives me the most income. So when it comes to leveling up your capo and the building, the top left mission kind of guides you there. It will tell you once you've sort of leveled up all of these buildings, it will want you to level up the Slaughterhouse, and then it'll move on to the Fur Shop, and then it'll move on to Pharmacy. That was also the pattern I noticed on the flow of income, how I was able to generate more with the Slaughterhouse having a very quick refresh, but then you kind of hit a wall, and then when you move on to the Fur Shop, actually it kind of jumps in this income probably around the level 3,200. That's when I noticed it increasing quite a lot, and managing to do so until you can kind of get the pharmacy at 2,800. It just suddenly spikes and really jumps across. So the left mission kind of helps you get there, but if you know that earlier on, you can kind of focus your development on the capos and the buildings there, because that's going to really help you going forward. So that would be my tip. Focus on these first 3 when you are leveling up or unlocked all the buildings, because it's going to give you a little bit of a leg up with ranking better. Another thing I noticed with the pachinko balls, so in the previous video I showed if you have your pachinko balls currently flowing down, then when you try and exit the screen, it kind of lightens up and you can't exit until the last ball has dipped. Now, if you go into the tricks, I'll show you. This is where I finish. Money printer 16, dental 16, ballsy 18, red ball 18, blue 18, and lucky time 16. Few things here I want to note. So when it comes to these tricks, it's completely randomized. So yours could look completely different from mine, and you might find some of them leveling up quicker than others. For example, you might have a higher increase in cash income than I do. It's just randomized, just how it works, which obviously can help you. But lucky time, this is kind of an interesting concept. So if you open this in the pachinko with the sort of slot machine down below, it will show all of the along the route some additional cash that you can get along the way, or the tooth. So I tend to use the pachinko balls more around that time because you get a lot of gains. That's kind of the rainbow effect, and it's what lucky time increases the number of seconds. So the base value is 4 seconds and it applies an additional 4, so a total of 8 seconds. And it kind of has a rainbow effect to show you as a timer until it reaches 0. Now, if you don't have any pachinko balls playing, you can actually exit that screen and it will pause that rainbow, which means if you do some of the missions or you run out and then you get some new pachinko balls, you can actually pause it, like exit, and then come back in, and that rainbow countdown will continue, and then you can still take advantage of that. So that's also a good thing to note. In terms of the levels, just to give you an idea, so the final building 850, nightclub 1400, antique shop 1900, black money 2400, pharmacy 2900, fur shop 3328, slaughterhouse 3706, and then finally the gun shop 4100. At rank 16, my overall fake money income was 1.718 BB. And how is it looking among the others? Very similar. So actually pretty good. And again, it's because I've actually been focusing a lot of it on the pharmacy, since the gains and the time is a nice balance compared to the ones earlier on and the ones much later on. For some reason, even if you look at my capital development, you can see some of the later buildings were still leveled up pretty high or the same. But the pharmacy, the fur shop, and the slaughterhouse, as I started developing those capos, I found them actually growing income much higher. So focusing on those 3, specifically the pharmacy and the fur shop, will give you those early gains. And yeah, I think that's kind of it. So that's where I'm going to rank. Good rewards, as long as I finish in the top 20. Then 20 kappa shots for Izumi, 20 for Enzo, and then 10 selection keys on top of the milestones. If you are going free to play, you probably just want to focus more on that strategy and just use your pachinko balls a bit more thoughtfully to try and rank within the top 50. If you have some diamonds, then definitely in the top 20 is doable, and any more, of course, or if you're planning to get some of those packs, then you can definitely rank in the top 10. Overall, legal market, definitely my favorite event out of all of them, just because it's very well balanced. You'll find yourself playing the pachinko ball actually a lot easier, because previously you have to use 5 coins in other events just for one go, but here each ball is like one go, so you actually get to drop 5 balls in comparison. So this one you'll find you can play more, and the middle mission kind of rotates between the cash and the teeth. So if you're just patient or get those going, then you can generally get a good amount of pachinko balls every 5 or 10 balls now and then to continue playing. So the hardest part is the tricks on the right, collecting and then having them leveled up, because it's randomized. It just will take a bit longer to level up the later on you go. But you can see I've hit all the milestones, so at least I've done something right and ranked in the top 20 out of 150 plus. Of course, these are like divided servers or different streets that you compete with other people, so it's not just 150 people. But it's obviously nice to know that I've ranked well in the small segment that I've done, and just used organically the diamonds outside of the Mafia Club subscription, which is like $5. So yeah, that's kind of it. So I'm kind of going to head to bed, which means hopefully I've done enough to stay in the top 20, and I'll wrap this video up in the morning and show you and at least unpack the rewards from here and see what capos we get from there.